So, stage 2, we're going to go on to making the ginger and coconut dahl. So yeah, a few things to say about this. The dahl consistency, we want it to be super dry, because yeah, I made a few mistakes in practicing this recipe a few times, and the first time I did it, I made the dahl really wet, and then I put it on the pancakes, and it just wasn't very nice. It went all a bit soggy, and they were just like, no. So yeah, actually the way to think about it is like you're going to be making a risotto. So we're going to be putting like the onions and garlic in and like sauteing them down a wee bit and putting the lentils in and keeping it like a wee bit, we're keeping it moist but not liquidy wet. And then we're just going to be adding it like bit by bit until the lentils are kind of soft enough that you'd want to eat. And we're still wanting a bit of texture in them as well. And my next point I want to say as well before we start cooking is oils. So yeah, I've left on the recipe kind of use your favourite oil. I've got all the oils under the sun and more in the cupboard. Me personally just now, I'm a bit obsessed, and it's not a very balanced outlook I know, but I'm a bit obsessed with using chili infused olive oil. So I'm going to use that today for the dahl. I just really like it because it's maybe like a wee bit of a change of season feeling as well, but it's nice to have that like intrinsic bit of spice or heat, and it's not like blow your head off. But yeah, recommend, my one after that I'd use coconut oil, but equally using rapeseed or olive oil, you'd be absolutely fine. Okay doke, let's start cooking. Okay, so first off, we're just about to go and cut the onions and the garlic. So I've got my onion there and my garlic just waiting here as well. But I'm going to turn my pan on to the lowest heat, and I'm just wanting it to heat up just a wee bit for like 15 seconds or so, but I'm not going to wait that long. And then we're going to pop, it's 2 tablespoons of oil in your pan. And perfect. Yeah, I just want that on a super low heat, warming up, so by the time you've chopped this all up, that'll be ready to go and it'll be sizzling. So onions, we're going to top and tail the onion, cut it in half, and I'm going to use our wee pan that we prepared earlier, our wee bin, and peel off the skin. And what I like to do to onions more as like a time-saving thing, and generally because I can't be bothered dicing things to within an inch of their life, I'm just going to half moon them. So when you're chopping, try and be straight on to everything, and kind of untense yourself, and put everything kind of in straight lines, and with the knife against your knuckles. At the beginning, maybe keep the tip of the knife on the board, and you're just going to go as slowly as you need and as finely as you can, until you have chopped the whole thing. And yeah, as you get a bit better or a bit more used to it, yeah, you obviously get a bit faster. So, first bit done, and on to the second one. And yeah, when you get kind of midway, instead of kind of continuing to wobble on a not so big a surface, tip it over, and yeah, try and make things as easy for yourself as possible. So you've got a bigger kind of bottom surface area, and it's more stable, and you can, yeah, more easily chop. Whoops. And there we go. And that's us. So we've got some nice half-mooned onions. And I don't think the oil will be quite hot enough yet. But to test it out, we can just pop a wee little sprig bit in the pan. It's not sizzling, it's not hot enough. So we're just going to set the onions aside for a few minutes. And we're going to kind of dice and puree our garlic. So with garlic, I kind of take the root bit off first, off all of them. Oh, that was already done. And pop all that in the bin. And then, yeah, just crush them. Crush, crush, crush. And then with your hands, they kind of more easily peel off. Because again, I find that's like another frustrating thing about cooking, when you like can't peel the garlic and you just want to give up and like go out for dinner. So now, same thing, we want like straight on angles, and we're just going to roughly dice it. And oh my god, these are so strong. Cool. So it's been a few minutes with the onion and garlic, so we're just going to take a sneak peek. Don't scald your face off. And yeah, so that's nice. It's reduced down. It's, yeah, getting a bit soft, but not burning. We're not wanting it to burn. We're wanting it to, yeah, be soft, but not gain any colour. So that's why I've still got it on the lowest setting. And so this is the lowest setting for me as well. So now, you want to have a kind of equal base of your onions and garlic, and for it to be kind of your foundation. And we're going to sprinkle over the lentils, trying to evenly like cover the whole pan. So I'm just going to do that. Oh, my bowl's a bit wet. There we go. And then do not stir this. I put it in capitals. Please don't think I'm shouting at you on the recipe. But I stirred it the first time. And yeah, this is just a bit of a better way of doing it. So I'm going to put the lid back on. And we're going to leave it again for another 5 minutes. And this is just going to soften up the lentils. And there'll be enough moisture in the pan just now to kind of really gently start to cook them. So we're just going to, again, I know this is the faffy bit, but it's the bit I feel can go the most wrong in the whole recipe. And again, doesn't super matter. But yeah, that's why I'm spending a wee bit more time on it. So yeah, I'm just going to check the lentils. And yeah, at this point I'm going to give them a wee stir. Now, it might be a bit hard to see, but the lentils are obviously matte when they're dry, and now they've gone kind of shiny. They look like tiny little kind of shiny sweeties or something, and that's what we want. So that's them, and you can give them a wee bit of a taste. Yeah, still hard, but has a wee bit softened. So there's enough moisture in there as well, just now from the onions and garlic and the oil, that I'm just going to put the lid back on and leave that again for 5 minutes. And yeah, then we'll come back. So, now we're going to add some of the stock. So, vegetable stock cube and coconut milk. So we're going to pop the lid off. And yeah, now they're super shiny. And getting a wee bit, yeah, drier. So let's add a wee bit of stock. I'm going to add all of the stock, so 60 mils of vegetable stock there, and we'll give that a good stir. So you can see that's kind of, it's now it's moist but not liquid, and we'll add a wee dab of coconut milk, and we're just going to continue to add the coconut milk bit by bit. I'm going to leave this now to kind of for the lentils to swell a wee bit, and then when it's getting a bit dry I'll add a bit more coconut milk. And yeah, just continue to do that until your lentils are soft enough to eat. So keep on tasting them. Don't be afraid to keep on tasting what you're making. Okie doke.